I remember a time when I was so focused on trying to get rich that I ignored some of the best advice I ever received, straight from my mom. She always said, money isn't just about the numbers, it's about how you think. At first, I brushed it off, thinking I knew better. I was chasing fast success, trying to build my wealth as quickly as possible. But, looking back, I see now that she was right all along. It wasn't until I started shifting my mindset that everything clicked into place. For too long, I was stuck in a cycle of working hard but getting nowhere. I thought I was doing everything right, getting paid, saving, and even investing, but the results just weren't matching up. That's when I realized something crucial: success, financial or otherwise, doesn't happen by accident. It starts with your mindset. You have to change the way you approach money and success before you'll ever truly get ahead. In this video, I'm going to take you through some life-changing lessons I've learned from my mom about building a real wealth mindset. These aren't your typical get-rich-quick tips. This is about making long-term, sustainable decisions that will actually transform your financial future. I'm going to share with you some of the strategies that helped me shift my perspective and ultimately build the life I have today. If you've been struggling to take control of your finances or just can't seem to break through to the next level, this video is for you. It's time to start thinking differently about money. So, stick around, because we're diving into what really matters when it comes to building wealth and success. My mom always told me, pay yourself first. I'd roll my eyes, thinking it was just some old-school advice that didn't fit my modern, fast-paced life. But as I got older, I realized how right she was. The moment I started putting a portion of every paycheck into savings before anything else, I began to feel more secure. It didn't matter how small the amount was, it was like planting a seed. Little by little, that small habit began to build the kind of financial foundation I never knew I needed. At first, I didn't get it. I'd pay my bills, spend on things I wanted, and then, if there was anything left, maybe save. But that's not how you build lasting wealth. My mom taught me that saving first is a promise you make to yourself and your future. It's about putting your priorities in order. The savings didn't just give me financial security, it gave me confidence. The fear of living paycheck to paycheck slowly melted away. It reminds me of that scene in The Pursuit of Happiness, when Will Smith's character scrambles to get a job, but the whole time, he's keeping his head up because he has that small cushion of hope. That's what saving does, it builds a mental cushion. You're not just saving for emergencies, you're saving for peace of mind, so you can make decisions based on what's best for you, not out of fear. Looking back, I wish I had listened sooner. Saving before spending doesn't just change your bank account, it changes your whole mindset. The more I saved, the more I started thinking long-term, investing in my future, not just my present desires. And now, I'm living life with that security and freedom my mom always talked about. And the best part? It's never too late to start. When I got that first job, my mom gave me a piece of advice that I didn't fully understand at the time: live below your means, not at your means. I thought, I'm making money now, so why not spend a little on the things I want? But looking back, that mindset was a trap. Each time I got a raise or a bonus, I was quick to upgrade my lifestyle: new clothes, a fancier phone, dining out more often. I was living right at my means, with nothing left to invest or save for the future. It wasn't until I started following my mom's advice and consciously chose to save and invest that extra cash, rather than splurge on things I didn't really need, that I saw a shift. It felt weird at first, like I was depriving myself, but over time, I realized that by living below my means, I was building a future where I could enjoy those things, and more, without the stress. It's all about prioritizing long-term stability over short-term satisfaction. I remember watching Breaking Bad, and there's a moment when Walter White realizes he can't just live for today. He has to think about the future, even though he's driven by the present moment. That's how I felt when I started saving and investing. Living below your means isn't about being cheap, it's about making smarter choices today for a better tomorrow. Just like Walter had to plan his moves, I had to plan my financial future with intention. Now, I look at those small sacrifices and see them for what they were: investments in my future self. Every dollar I didn't spend on something unnecessary was a dollar I could put toward building wealth, whether through savings or investments. And that mindset shift? It's the reason why I can afford the things I truly want now, without guilt or fear of running out of money. I used to procrastinate all the time when it came to money. I'd think, I'll start saving next month, or I'll get serious about investing when I'm making more money. But my mom used to remind me that small actions today create big results tomorrow. And let me tell you, that advice hit differently when I realized how much time I had wasted putting things off. The truth is, the sooner you take action, the sooner you can start building the life you want. I remember this one episode of The Office, where Michael Scott kept putting off doing something important, like making a hard decision. It wasn't until he took action that things started changing for the better. That's how I felt when I finally took that first step towards saving and investing. It didn't take a huge amount of money, but it was enough to get the ball rolling. Starting small today means compounding growth in the future. You can't expect to wake up one day and have everything fall into place. You've got to make it happen, one step at a time. At first, it wasn't easy. There were times I felt overwhelmed, like I was never going to be able to catch up. But once I started, the progress I made was incredibly motivating. Setting up an automatic transfer for savings, putting a little aside for investments, and picking up books on financial education, those small actions added up. Now, I can't imagine not doing them. The best part? It's like working out. You don't always feel like it, but once you get going, the results speak for themselves. So, don't wait for the perfect time. There's never going to be a day when everything lines up just right. If you start today, even with just a small step, whether it's learning how to invest or saving a little bit from your paycheck, you're already ahead of where you were yesterday. In the next step, we're going to dive into how making those small investments can lead to something much bigger. I used to be that person who felt safe with a big chunk of cash sitting in the bank. It gave me peace of mind, knowing I could handle emergencies and buy whatever I wanted without stress. My mom always told me, cash is comfort, but investing is freedom. I didn't fully get it at first. But the more I learned, the more I realized that cash, while it can be comforting in the short term, doesn't do much to build long-term wealth. It's like having a nice, cozy blanket but never getting out of bed to actually do something with your life. Take a moment to think about The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. He was broke, living on the edge, and struggling to make ends meet. But instead of staying stuck, he took a chance and started investing in himself. That move was uncomfortable, but it was the key to his freedom later on. Investing in stocks, real estate, or even in your own business may feel risky at first, but over time, it can pay off way more than cash ever will. The right investments grow while cash just sits there. When I finally made the leap into investing, I felt that initial fear, what if I lost everything? But here's the thing, the fear is normal. The first step is always the hardest, but the rewards are worth it. I started with something simple like index funds, low risk, but steady growth over time. I didn't dive into high-stakes, risky investments right away. And that's the beauty of it. You can start slow, learn as you go, and build up your portfolio without overwhelming yourself. The key is to just get started. So, while cash may keep you feeling safe, investing is what will truly set you free. It opens doors to opportunities you never thought possible and puts you on a path toward financial independence. In the next step, we'll talk about how delaying gratification now can bring you huge rewards later on. You won't want to miss it. I get it, it's tough to hold off on buying that shiny new gadget or the latest trends, but my mom's advice about delayed gratification really hit me hard. Don't give in to the impulse. It's what you want today, but not what you need long term. At first, I brushed it off. Who wants to wait? But over time, I started seeing the bigger picture, and let me tell you, it's worth the wait. When you can put off short-term desires, you unlock the kind of freedom and success you can't buy with a quick purchase. Take a look at The Social Network, the movie about the creation of Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg didn't go out and spend his money as soon as he made it. He reinvested it into his business, holding off on immediate rewards for much bigger, long-term gains. That's the same mindset we need when it comes to our finances. Instead of splurging on that luxury vacation or a fancy car today, invest that money, and in a few years, you'll be thanking yourself. You'll have the financial cushion to take those vacations on your own terms. A big part of this is creating a habit of saving and investing before you think about spending. The key is to make saving and investing automatic, just like brushing your teeth. Set up automatic transfers into your savings and investment accounts right when you get paid. That way, you're not even tempted to spend what you should be saving. It's like building muscle. You start small, but it grows over time. The rewards of delayed gratification aren't just financial, they're emotional too. There's something satisfying about knowing that you're working toward your future rather than living only in the present. In the next step, we'll dive into how staying consistent with these habits, even when they feel boring, will bring you extraordinary results over time. You won't want to miss this. I've got to admit, building wealth can feel like a grind. You know those days when you're just putting away a little bit into savings or investing the same amount every month? It can feel super repetitive and, well, a little boring. But here's the thing my mom always told me: consistency is what separates the dreamers from the doers. The path to financial freedom isn't flashy, it's steady. It's all about those small, consistent habits that stack up over time and lead to big results. Think of the movie Rocky. The guy didn't get there by hitting a home run every time he stepped into the ring. It was all about those early mornings, running up the steps, training day after day. Wealth building works the same way. It's about showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. It's boring, but it works. If you can just push through the mundane stuff, like automatic savings or setting up investments, it pays off in ways you can't even imagine yet. The trick is to make it easy on yourself. Automate everything. Set up automatic transfers for your savings, investments, or even your retirement account. That way, you don't have to think about it. Your future self will thank you for the consistency. It's like having a personal assistant who handles the boring stuff, so you can focus on what really matters. Consistency doesn't need to be complicated. It's about being reliable, even in the smallest ways. And honestly, the reward? It's not just the money, it's the freedom. Imagine having enough passive income that you don't need to stress about bills or work every day. That's the payoff from sticking with your goals and habits, no matter how boring it gets. Up next, we'll explore how building your financial foundation on solid wisdom can turn your wealth-building efforts into something unshakable. Stick with me, you'll want to hear this. I'm sure you've heard the saying, "What's built on sand will crumble." Well, that's the opposite of what my mom taught me about building wealth. She always said, don't just focus on making money. Build your life on solid principles, and the money will follow. It's easy to chase quick fixes, but those never last. Real wealth comes from wisdom, the kind that doesn't just come from reading a couple of books but from the life lessons that you apply every single day. That's why, instead of just focusing on how to make money, I focused on how to build my mindset first. Think about it. What happens if you get a huge paycheck but haven't built your mindset to handle it? You'll probably end up spending it on things you don't need. But when you align your mindset with your goals, that money becomes a tool for long-term growth. So, before you dive into investments or start a business, invest in learning and developing the right money habits. Here's the thing, wisdom is like a strong foundation. It's what holds up everything else in life. If you don't build your financial house on a solid base, the whole thing is going to fall apart when challenges arise. The more you learn about personal finance, from budgeting to managing debt, the more you'll be able to weather financial storms. Plus, investing in your mind is the one thing no one can ever take away from you. It's the true treasure. So, remember Proverbs 24 verses 3-4, "By wisdom a house is built, and through understanding it is established." This wisdom will guide you in making smarter decisions, especially when it comes to investing and building your wealth. Now, what comes next is the power of aligning money with happiness. Trust me, it's more connected than you think. You'll see just how easy it is to balance your finances and your happiness in the next step. Now that we've covered some of the mindset shifts that made all the difference for me, it's time to take action. The truth is, you can't keep waiting for the perfect moment to start making better financial decisions. Every day you delay is one more day you're missing out on building real wealth and achieving the life you want. So, take a step today, start making those small changes in your financial habits that will pay off big over time. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more tips and strategies to level up your financial game. Remember, the mindset shifts we've discussed aren't just theories, they're actionable steps that can lead to real, lasting change in your financial life. It's about creating habits that will set you up for success and not just in the short term, but for years to come. But if you're ready to dive even deeper and really transform your financial future, I've got something that will help you take it to the next level. My Holistic Health, Nourish Your Mind, Balance Your Finances, Transform Your Life program is designed to guide you through exactly how to create passive income streams, eliminate debt, and maintain mental clarity under financial pressure. It's a step-by-step system that will not only change how you manage money but how you think about it, too. Click the link in the pinned comment now and start transforming your finances today. It's your time. Check out the material in the pinned comment for more info on how to get started on this powerful journey.